Hi gorgeous, happy Frugal Friday to you. If this is the first video you've seen from me, welcome. This is my Frugal Fridays series focusing on drugstore makeup. Publishes every single Friday, so please subscribe and you'll always be notified of new videos in the future. Today I'm testing out a whole round of new makeup products that I picked up from Burlington Coat Factory. If you caught the video that I did a couple weeks ago testing out the Ross makeup, that was an utter disaster. It was actually really funny, so if you happen to miss it, I'll have it linked for you below. A lot of you requested that I go to Burlington and try their selection of makeup. And what I will say right off the bat, I was very impressed by their displays. Not only were they a lot cleaner, 10 times cleaner, they were very well organized and really pretty to look at, by the way. And I have to say I was surprised to see so many cosmetics from the brand BB, you know, the clothing brand. I shop there all the time and I don't remember ever seeing makeup in the store. So I was really surprised to see that they even made makeup. I also want to mention not only are these products affordable that I'll be sharing with you today, but every single one of them is cruelty-free. So let's hop right on in. Beginning with the eyes, as always, I found this eyeshadow palette from BB, and I liked not only the layout, it's different looking from anything else that I have. I like that they had little purples down here too to use. You don't often see purples in eyeshadow palettes, especially affordable ones. I'm gonna start with this eyeshadow up here, which appears to be a pale pink. Very powdery, but we'll see what the application is like. And I'm applying this on the inner half of the lid. It's actually pretty pigmented. It's going everywhere, but pigmentation is pretty good. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here, the darker purple at the bottom of the palette. This has a matte finish compared to the more shimmery finish I applied there. Whoa, now that is some beautiful pigmentation right there. Still got some fallout there, but that's a user error. That's just me. I'm like a boy that likes to play in the dirt. I like to play in my eyeshadow. My gracious, I'm loving how these are blending. They blend so beautifully. Oh. Someone is making peas for our little man. We've been trying to get him to like peas. So we're trying some fresh peas this time. I'm taking more of that dark purple and I'm going to begin to blend it up into the crease. And that purple eyeshadow is so touchy. You don't need much pressure at all when with the brush. When you go to pick up the product, it picks it up so easily. Yeah, making baby food is very interesting. You have to get the right texture. At least that's Jet's thing. If it's not the right texture, he won't eat it. I think I'm gonna add in one more color to the mix. I may regret this, but we're gonna experiment nonetheless. I'm gonna take this eyeshadow up here, which is a red tone neutral, it looks like. Very small amount of this. And I'm going to attempt to blend the edges of the purple. Then I'm softly gonna take a blending shade. I'm using Wet n Wild's Creme Brulee here, and blend out those edges. My gosh. What do you think? I mean, I think it looks freaking fantastic. For $6? Yes, please. I am really liking the purple look that I have going on here. So I am adding a purple eyeliner to the waterline. This is not something I picked up from Burlington. I just want to really add it. And this is Maybelline's Lasting Drama in the shade Polished Amethyst. Next products I have to test out for you are mascaras. And I bought 2 different sets because I figure I got 2 eyes. I can try 2 different sets of mascara. First set I have to share with you here is another one from BB, and they give you a lengthening and volumizing mascara in one package. And then I got this set also from Chic Cosmetique, same kind of thing. They give you a lengthening and a volumizing mascara together. Somebody does not like their peas. All right, I'm gonna start with the Chic Cosmetique on this eye, and I'm thinking how I want to do this. I've already curled my lashes, by the way, I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna start with the volumizing mascara first. Interesting looking wand there. I'm afraid I'm gonna poke myself in the eye with it though. It's got all those spikes on the end. Oh, it's making me nervous. All right, we're gonna try to use it like this. kind of disappointing there in the lengthening department, and that's with about 3 coats applied. Let's put some volumizer on over the top of that. Similar one to the last one, but this one is not so scary looking. Well, you can tell it thickens the lashes slightly. I don't know though, I still like my lash paradise better. If I look down here, you can see what it has actually done to my lashes, but I'm not impressed, unfortunately. Using the BB mascaras on this eye. They have a waterproof one here and an original one here. Both of them say length and volume. So I am going to apply the waterproof one first, which is what you should always do anyway, because there is wax in the formula that will hold the curl in your lashes. Applying that into the lashes. That's with a couple layers of the mascara applied. And to me, it looks a lot better over here with those couple layers than it does with the Chic Cosmetique side over here. I'm gonna layer their original formula over the top of the waterproof one. Okay, I'm liking the BB mascara over here. Very impressed by these results compared to this side over here, which is abysmal in my opinion. And by the way, both of these mascaras, same price. For the brows, I found this monstrous kit from LA Colors. So this is what it looks like. You get 6 different powders to choose from, a couple applicators here, a pencil, and then stencils if you need a guide. Let's try out one of those stencils. What the hey? I'm gonna use the one called High Arch. Looks like that. I'm also going to use the little applicator brush they included with the kit. And the powder that I'm gonna choose to go with is this one right here. I'm gonna line this up on my brow here. We are going to fill this bad boy in, okay? Okay. Don't move, don't move, don't move. All right, we're gonna see how good we did here. Well, don't know that I care too much for the brush they've provided because it's a little too blunt. It's not sharp enough, so it doesn't give you defined lines. I'm gonna switch my brush up here. Powder is not as pigmented as, say, the e.l.f. brow powders. It's rather hard to get it to show up. And if you keep going over it too much in certain areas, it starts to fade away. And you can see what I'm talking about right in there. I'm not gonna use the stencil on this brow over here. I just want to see if there's a difference with applying the powder directly without the stencil. I don't know if the stencil made the powder patchy or if it is sincerely the powder. Well, you can see what I'm dealing with over here on this brow. It's still a little patchy. It's not as bad as this brow was over here, but it's still hard to apply and hard to work with. And while it's still not my most favorite brow product ever, you can see that this side without the stencil does look a little better than the side where I used the stencil. If you saw the Ross makeup video that I made last week, then you remember my experience with the Beauty Treats face palette and what a disaster that ended up being. When I was going through Burlington, I saw that Beauty Treats had a little concealer palette. Now, I don't know if I'm just glutton for punishment or extremely determined, but it's only $2, and I couldn't help but be a little bit curious, open-minded, hopeful, because I've had really great experiences with Beauty Treats in the past. I can't write them off completely. I just can't do it. But this one looks like it could work. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna mix this one with this one. Applying, we're gonna do this one eye at a time, just in case. It'll be easier to wipe off that way. It's blending in pretty good. I'm gonna stop talking because every time I start to make an assertion of something, I prove myself wrong. I mean, I feel like it blended in pretty well, but it didn't cover my purple under eye circles, at least not as well as some other drugstore concealers have in the past. And you can see what I mean. If you look closely right there, it's still peeking through under my eye. Skipped over my foundation. I just used the one from the Wet n Wild Photo Focus line today. And I'm ready for powder application. I found this monster palette from BB. And what attracted me to it was not only did they have shades to suit my complexion up here, but I could also use these shades down here for contour if I wanted to. I'm gonna use this shade right here to set my face. I got too much of it. Well, it has a nice application. I'm liking it so far. I don't have any reason to dislike it at this point. I'm gonna take a darker shade down here at the bottom of the palette and maybe mix it with this one over here. Apply like, whoa, oh, pigmented, yowza. Wipe the brush, wipe the brush. Blend. You don't need much, obviously. Whoa. Now that I have the face done, I wanted to add in here, I'm gonna go back with a little bit more of that dark purple I used in the beginning and apply this on the lower lash line. Last product here for the face, and this is another one from BB. This is their Glow Highlighter Kit. You get cream highlighters on top, which obviously I can't apply at this point because I already have powder. And then you have powder highlighters at the bottom. So I'm gonna go with one of these. I think I'm gonna use this one or this one. Maybe I'll mix them. And I'm applying lightly. I barely have any on my brush here. It's so subtle. I'm hoping that's gonna come across. I don't wanna pack it on, but you can see it just barely there. If you wanna pack it on, be my guest, but I don't need any help in the shininess department. I got that covered. Last couple products I have to share with you are lips. First lip kit is from BB, and these were metallic and matte liquid lipsticks. And I thought that was the only lip product I was gonna be buying to share with you today, but then I stumbled across this one from BH Cosmetics, and this is their Nude Lip 28 color lipstick palette. Well, you know I couldn't pass this one up. Yes I can. Yes I can. You wanna know why? Look at that. Someone ran their gross little finger through every single lipstick in this palette. That is gonna be returned. Well, it's good I bought another one. Back to the BB lipsticks. What I will say is that every single product I've shared with you so far before the one from BH Cosmetics has had a little sticker here that I've had to actually cut through. I didn't think to look when I was at the store. Lesson learned. Although these metallic ones look really pretty too. I'm gonna swatch one here. I am curious to see what they look like, and I'm sure you are too. Ah, it's a little sheer. Trying to see if I can layer it a little bit more so you get the true appreciation of the color there. That's a little better. But I'm gonna use one of the matte lipsticks. It's the lightest shade from the lineup that they have there. Oh, and look, I get an applicator with this one. As a joke. If you missed the Ross makeup video that I did, you gotta check it out. I had to apply lipstick with no applicator foot. So many things wrong with those lipsticks. But that was definitely a first that I've seen the applicator just fall right off the lipstick into the tube. It's taken this lipstick quite a while to dry down completely. I've been sitting here for the past 5 minutes waiting on it, and it's still a little tacky to the touch, but for the most part, it's pretty well dry at this point. It hasn't disintegrated, started to crack or crumble on the lips, which is really nice to see. But it'll be interesting to see how this lasts throughout the day. All right, now that we're at the end, I'm gonna break these down product by product and show you what they looked like at the end of 8 hours. Starting with the BB eyeshadow palette. This was fantastic. I love the pigmentation, the quality. Everything about this palette is phenomenal. The eyeshadows did not fade. They were still just as vibrant as they had been when I first applied them. And if you can find this one, definitely get it. The Chic Cosmetique Mascara, big fail. Don't get this one at all. It makes the lashes go flat. It just looks horrible. It's, no. But the BB mascara, beautiful. I not only liked the application with this one and how it made the lashes look, but I also applied it onto my lower lashes, and I'm very happy to tell you it didn't smudge, flake, transfer. It didn't move at all on my under eye area. I was very happy to see that. The LA Colors Brow Kit. While my brows looked good at the end of the day, I had such a problem with the application of this stuff and how patchy it was and uneven. I don't recommend it at all. There are much better drugstore eyebrow products out there, so save your money, skip this, it's not worth it. The Beauty Treats Concealer Palette. As much as I wanted to give Beauty Treats a 3rd, 4th, 5th chance, I don't know what number we're on, they struck out with this one. And even though the application was okay, it didn't cover dark circles underneath my eyes, and it creased horribly by the end of the day, so definitely one to skip. That big BB face powder palette. Yeah, look at my face real closely here. You can see how cakey it looks after wearing this powder for 8 hours on my face. And it's not the brush that I used to apply it, nor is it the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation that I used underneath, because I've used both of those products separately and together before. I've never had a problem with either of them in terms of wear time. So I know for a fact that this is not a good quality powder, so it's a skip. But on the other hand, the BB Highlighter Glow Palette, fantastic. I liked the pigmentation with these. Very subtle highlight if you apply a small amount. And like I said, I didn't pack a bunch of this onto my skin, but I did like the overall effect that I got with these. Finally, the BB Matte and Metallic Liquid Lipsticks. As much as I wanted to love these, I didn't like how long it took for them to dry down, and after wearing them for 8 hours, I didn't really love the final results. And I have other drugstore matte liquid lipsticks that wear 10 times better than what the BB one does. As an example, the Milani Amore Matte Lip Creams, they go upwards of 11-12 hours before they even think about starting to fall apart. So save your money, skip this, it's not worth it. Let me know if you have any really great makeup finds from Burlington Coat Factory, or if your experience was quite the opposite of what I showed you here today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again next week.